Imagine you're in a boat out on the ocean, and that boat capsizes, and you're trapped underneath it, deep in the water, surviving only in an air pocket. All starts with this guy, Harrison. And Harrison's 29 years old, living in Nigeria, and bro has an interesting job. He works as a chef on a tugboat. I guess he's like cooking meals for the crew. But one day in 2013, all that changes. Because he's doing a job on a boat, and the boat is out about 20 miles off the shore. And it's early in the morning, so Harrison just woke up. And at this point, he hasn't even gotten dressed yet, so he's still in his boxers. So he goes to the bathroom, like people do in the morning, and he's sitting there, and suddenly, out of nowhere, bam, a massive wave hits the side of the tugboat, and the whole thing capsizes and flips upside down. And Harrison, he falls from the toilet to the ceiling, which is now the floor, with the toilet above him. And before he can react, the toilet falls, and boom, hits him on his head, and he's covered in debris. And if that isn't bad enough, then the lights go out, because, the ship has lost power. So now he's in total darkness. Oh, but it gets worse. Then water starts pouring into the bathroom. And of course, Harrison is freaking out. So he tries to open the door, and it's a struggle, but he does get it open. And the boat is completely upside down, so he has no idea which way anything is anymore. So he runs toward what he believes is the exit, and there are a couple of other crew members there at a watertight door. And they're trying to get this door open, but it just won't open. Meanwhile, the water is rising all around them. So Harrison is like, fuck all this, and he decides to swim the other way because now the water is so high that he can swim. And somehow, suddenly, boom, he gets hit with a force of water, and he's swept deeper into the tugboat. And there, he finds himself in another bathroom, and bam, the door shuts behind him. Now, this bathroom is full of water, but not completely, which gives him a small air pocket. While the rest of the boat sinks, Harrison stays in the bathroom in this small air pocket where he can breathe. So there, in the darkness, he can hear some crew members outside the door, and they're all yelling out for someone to come help them. And Harrison tries to get out of the room, but he accidentally breaks the handle off the door. And he can hear the crew members outside go silent one by one. And he's thinking, oh, great, they escaped. They made it out. But they didn't. What Harrison doesn't know is that everyone else on the ship has actually died. He's the only survivor. So he finally gets the bathroom door open, and he emerges in a cabin. And there, he finds a couple of life jackets and some flashlights that will help him see. Now, the big problem for him is that outside of this air pocket he's in, all these other corridors are completely full of water. And he doesn't have the lung capacity to swim underwater and make it all the way to the door. So he finds a set of coveralls, and he's able to cut them into strips and make himself a rope. That way, when he tries to swim underwater to the door, he can use that rope to guide himself back to the air pocket. Now, throughout all this, he's still in his boxer shorts, and they're deep in the ocean, so the water is freezing, and he's worried he's going to succumb to the cold. So he starts ripping wooden panels from the ceiling, and he uses them to build himself a little makeshift raft to keep him out of the water. And he sits on top of it to give him like a little bit of relief from the cold water.